Hello everyone, welcome to Optimal Timelines. I am your guide, Sean Collins, and helping you to connect to your most optimal future timeline. So it's that time again. It's time for the monthly Tarotscope readings for May 2022. And as most of you know, the reason I use the North Node by sign and house as opposed to your sun, moon, or ascendant sign is that it's recognized in astrology. Your North Node is your North Star, the path that you're supposed to take in this lifetime and the lessons you're supposed to learn. So it's much more relevant to your everyday life. If you're unfamiliar with your North Node, there's going to be a link in the description box below that can show you everything you need to know. So let's get started on the readings. Okay, so this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope readings for May 2022 for everybody with their North Node in Capricorn and or the 10th house. And while I'm shuffling and connecting to the energies, I want to invite you to take some deep breaths, close your eyes if you can or wish to, and just kind of open yourself up to receive any information that you need to receive and kind of relax into the reading. It really helps, okay? So I'm going to connect the energies and we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table represents the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th, and this side represents the 16th to the end of the month. So a big theme for you North Nodes in Capricorn and or the 10th house is you're dealing with a lot of memories of like past experiences and past battles in particular. But a big theme that really popped up when I was shuffling that popped in my mind was understanding why the things happen to you that have happened to you in your past, why things have happened. And what I got, because it seems like with this North Node, what happens a lot of times is it's like, I've used this expression before, it's like the baby bird that is being forced out of the comfortable little nest, type of a thing, because you're moving from a South Node in, Cancer and or the 4th house, where you are dealing with, we're dealing with like home, family, comfort, safety, like a cocoon almost type energy, which we all love, but this is like, this energy in this lifetime is like pushing you to experience more and to expand. And, a lot of the things that you've gone through have been almost like a toughening up process. Okay. And so like what I'm saying with this is that, you have the 9 of Wands reversed. Okay. This is like toughening up, learning from a lot of past battles. The guy over here has the bandage on his head and all these wands in back of him represent all of these experiences that, haven't been easy, but, this person's still standing, type of a thing. And then you have the reversed 4 of Wands here, okay? And this is, the number 4 represents, the foundation of a house, stability, like a cube, okay, a square, a house, okay. The four of wands is like, your stability in the world, okay. Now, everything that has happened to you, and it seems like there could be something where, you're like, oh, it seems like the rug has gotten pulled out from under me a bunch of times. It's a toughening process. Remember, you're moving from your south node, Cancer, 4th house, ruled by the moon, into Saturn, okay, into Capricorn in the 10th house, Saturn. So it's a toughening process. It's Saturn rules, the bones. It rules the skeletal system, okay? It's like, if you've heard the term, like it's like growing a backbone, you know what I mean? So all of this is like this toughening process. I get it. It's not easy, but I'm getting this strong message related to you in this way. If you heard a person, let's say you met a person who is of a certain age, that they were set for life. They were given enough money to live and do whatever they want. And you ask this person, so like, what did you do? Well, I just did whatever I wanted. Like I love to play video games, and I just, had a very comfortable life, and I just, like lived and without having any sort of challenges. And, at first glance, like, someone say, oh, that sounds amazing. But you just think of like, whatever they didn't have any sort of challenges. But then you see another person is like, okay, what kind of life did you lead? Well, it wasn't easy. I had to leave home early, or this happened to me, and I went out into the world and I tried a bunch of things and I struggled, but I finally like made it. And, I, was able to gain happiness through, I, went out there and was successful in this area, and they had this like amazing life. Well, like they don't make movies out of the people that we talked about, the first, example, okay? They don't write books, they don't write stories, they don't make movies about people like that, okay? The first half. The second example, yeah, they do, because it's that experience. It's like the overcoming of things. We all recognize as humans that it has value, and it's not that, we all like want, obviously, our lives to be as easy as possible, but it's not sometimes. But if you realize there's a lot more growth that happens in our lives through our struggles. Now, you, with your gifts of emotional intelligence, because you're bringing that in, and your gifts of being able to really, most of you have this, to bond emotionally, and, huge, empath energy, okay, that you have. That can be of huge value, but now it's like taking that and using it to like share it with others, okay? And that means going out and achieving things in the world. It means like leaving the comfort and security, of where you were at, like a comfortable cocoon, a home or whatever, and kind of going out into the world. Think of it this way. Your 2 advice cards were Ace of Wands reversed, use of energy, and the Emperor card, okay? One of the things the Emperor, represents, opposite even the Empress, okay, is authority, and particularly like father energy, like a wise father, and the Empress would be the same, like the mother, okay? Here's the thing. A lot of people that have this North Node, I've noticed the North Node in Capricorn of the 10th house, could have had issues with father or father figures, or parental figures if there wasn't a father presence, but any sort of authority figures also, including authority figures, teachers, professors, even older siblings, okay? And if you've noticed, a lot of you might think back like, okay, well, I had to deal with some like really maybe mean situations with different authority figures. But, this could also be like, think of like a tough coach, like they're tough and gruff. Like I had Mr. Munson was my 7th grade PE teacher, okay? And he was like an old, like, gnarled Marine, and, he wasn't easy on us. And like looking back, it's like, we always thought, man, this guy's a jerk, but like, that's a kind of like, sometimes that's needed, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's needed, but that's kind of what your path is. It's almost like you've had this like, rough, gruff PE coach on your back, but it's getting you out into the world. And so that's what these experiences are, that you're like, the reason you went through them was, like I said, to gain that experience and gain that toughness. Now, here's the other thing I want to say about the father figure, okay? When I said a couple of minutes ago about using your gifts and like sharing them out into the world in some form outside of your, comfort zone or your immediate family, okay? Think of what we would say of the perfect father figure. Now, most of us, okay, did not have the perfect father figure. Some of us didn't even have a father, okay? But we know what that archetype is. What is it? It's the father that is strong, caring, understanding, okay? But, pushes us, but supports us, and is able to show just as much love as they are, strictness, for our own good, okay? So I'm talking about a good father figure, okay? That is kind of what you're doing in the world. Like, think of what a, a ideal father figure would be. It would be a father that goes out into the world, and you can even say like a mother, like this applies 100% to single mothers too. The same thing, okay? We're talking about strong parental figures. It could be both parents, okay? This is just the card that came up, okay? But traditionally, you see like a father figure. Now, the work has been split in, nowadays, but you think of the traditional father going out there using his energy, or if it's a single mom, her energy, to provide for the family. So they're not only providing by going out and working, gaining skill of some sort, like maybe a single mom who's put herself through college to support, her 2 or 3 kids or whatever. All of these beautiful things, okay? Then not only that, working, sometimes 2 or 3 jobs, but like doing that for, his or her children, okay? And then at the same time, being there emotionally for them, just being there to support, okay? I know, many of us did not have this, but it is an ideal and archetype. There actually are people like that out there. And even the the people, there's people that aren't perfect or whatever, but they do, hit some of these levels, okay? And, they are out there. That's what you're doing in this lifetime. And that's what this is saying. That's the reason that all this is happening, is those struggles are for you to become that, not in a literal sense necessarily, like becoming a father or a mother, but going out there and doing something like gaining skill, gaining a career, using that to benefit the world and others, like, those around you, okay? Not necessarily, children, but just, using that. That's what you're learning to do. Now, the second half of the month, it is like, I feel like a lot of you are like kind of, getting this, and you're starting to see how by leaving your comfort zone, you actually get more comfortable. And so as you move out of, those comfortable states into states of less comfort, you're going to see that ultimately you're going to have more peace of mind and more comfort. And so what I'm seeing this second half of the month is I'm seeing, like, if you've been having some intense, like, dreams happening, I see those subsiding. I see, like, some stagnant energies moving and, like, freeing up. But the one thing that I wanted to bring up this second half of the month is I do see where there's going to be an instance where something is going to challenge you emotionally. And it's going to challenge you in a way, and it's almost like a little bit of a test. For each of you, it'll be different, but it's definitely going to be something on the emotional realm. It could be like a bit of, news that hit you or something, but it's definitely going to be emotional. Now, this is an opportunity for you to take this from a different perspective. You have the Seven of Pentacles, okay? The patience of watching something grow. You are on a path of growth, okay? King of Pentacles, okay? You're on a path of growth. You're on a path of mastery, okay? And that's what all this is. All of these experiences that you've gone through is helping you to master life, okay? And become, kind of who you were meant to be, all right? And that's what these things are really, really showing you. And remember, yeah, there have been some tough people in your life and tough situations, and it hasn't happened because there's anything that you've done wrong. It's just in this lifetime, it's time for you to become the, I guess, authority figure that you've always been cocooned with. You've spent a lot of lifetimes being protected, and even in this lifetime, like, some of you have been, like, protected if you've had good parents. Some of you may have had the opposite, where, you've had parents that were very challenging. And again, that's like kicking the baby bird out of the nest. But remember, it's time for you to move out of the role of the person that is getting the care to the person that is giving the care. And you can do that by going out there and embracing that whole, Capricorn South Node or 10th house South Node. So yeah, really transformative things happening with the eclipses. We're in eclipse season. And so go out there, yeah, really understand that this is a process of you becoming who you're meant to be. And it's not always comfortable, but just keep at it, and you'll see, as you move toward that North Node, you're going to see lots of progress, and things will get easier, I can say. So I hope this reading was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you'd like a personal reading, there'll be a link in the description box below. Reach out with a comment if you'd like. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. A like would be much appreciated too. It does help with everything. So again, thank you. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings.